morning, folks. It's a Saturday morning for me, and this morning Shay's going to spotlight Kai's YouTube channel. He's got 100 subscribers and he's having a giveaway, and the soap that he's going to be excuse me, featuring is going to be West Shaving. This one here is the Chisholm Trail, and it is wood smoky campfires and saddle leather. And I've already scooped some out of it. I've got more than one of these. Already scooped some out. Took some to work and gave it a couple of guys at work. Great stuff here. And here's another scent that you may or may not be interested in. I've got a link to both of the websites down below. I say websites, YouTube channel for Kai and website for Russell. Here's another one of Russell's soaps, and it's Texas Rangers. And this one is mesquite, sweetgrass, cactus flower, amber, eucalyptus, and citronella. I like this one too. Anyway, don't forget to click on those links down below and visit those websites, especially Kai's. He's got a chance for free soap. Can't pass that up. Got alum block complete with rubber band. Thayer's witch hazel with aloe. So, campfires, gotta have some leather, English leather. Decided to go with English leather today. Almost went with a smoky scent, decided to go with the English leather. Got it whipped up here, and a bowl from Bang Leg. Kind of tell this pattern down here, almost like honeycomb. It's inside there, inside the bowl. Got it whipped up here, and this particular brush is a Burma shave brush. You might consider the knot to be a bit on the scritchy side, well, until it's broken in. But it's this brush here is readily available at a local grocery store for just over $4. So, as you can tell, Russell Soap has no problem lathering up even with an inexpensive brush. Shaver of the day. This is a ZY Grand Slam. Very nice wooden scales here. You gotta see the spacer back here is metal. It does weigh quite a bit more than some of your other shavers that got plastic scales, but this one here's got some weight behind it. Did follow along with a suggestion from Stephen Davison. I have been following him for a while, and kind of felt that maybe sometimes strapping less is more, especially when you're starting out, huh? That and going slow. That way you're not rolling the edge on your razor. This is a Preshave soap cube from Phoenix Artisan Accoutrements, and Douglas has got a cube pad, if you will, place to put your cube. If you're like me, got this chunk of Preshave, and now what do I do with it? I've got mine over here on the side. I've got a little vegetable drainer, if you will, that you put on top of a can that I got out of the kitchen. Today's going to be a good day. Temperature's going to be hot. Since I mowed my grass late last week, don't have to mow this weekend, so I'm all smiles, because that mow the grass, it just tears my sinuses up, allergies, and then feeling lousy afterwards. So sometimes I work this in more so than other times. Just depends on what kind of mood I'm in. Go ahead and get started with this. Bathroom smells good right now. This knot does a pretty good job about holding lather in it and also releasing it, turn loose of it. This one here is fairly well broke in. It takes a little while to break one of these brushes in. It takes some work, but to me it's well worthwhile. Very nice handle, so even if you're used it for a while and decide to take the knot out, to me I like the color scheme of the handle and whatnot. This is, you can always put a different knot in there if you wanted to. Still smell the soap. Nose is doing well today. Alright, we're going to get started with the ZY Grand Slam. This will be my third shave with a straight razor, and 3 different straight razors at that. Oh, I forgot. Yesterday, my shave, I called that gold dollar 208. I think it's a 209. Probably should point that out. I realized that late yesterday when I was setting things up. The whole time I thought 208 was the wrong number. When I was looking for another one of these, I'm actually looking for a short one. That's when I realized it's a 209. In case I forgot to mention, not only does Mr. Davison have a YouTube channel, but he also has a blog. You can find him on Google Plus, United Wet Shavers. To me, I learned a lot from following Post of the Day, Shave the Days, blogs. To me, that's how I learned most of what I know, besides watching YouTube videos. Yeah, I got some right up there. I think I got those. Some of those pesky whiskers that stay up there, some strays. This one here is a bit heavier, the shaver, but not that it bothers me. Matter of fact, it makes it pretty easy though. Because if you got a good glide on your soap, it makes a world of difference with a heavy shaver. Let it do the work. My wife's awake this morning. I woke up a little late this morning. Actually, I woke up, went back to bed, decided to sleep in this morning. Boy, that one did, it felt good. I think I got the angle just right. I don't think there's going to be anything left there. That felt pretty good. That's a pretty good one. Like I said, for me, getting used to the long blade. Can be a challenge. You can tell there's plenty of slickness with this soap too. At least in my opinion it is. Works well for me. This one here is just a little bit thicker than when I normally would whip it up. In other words, I usually have a wet lather. There we go. It's kind of like I get past that point right there and I know I'm downhill. It can be a challenge where right down there I've got a reoccurring bump from time to time that sometimes it grows out and I end up taking it off again. Yes, it's going to be plenty warm here. It seems like the past few days the heat index has been up around 100, 105. Temperatures around 95, 96. Warnings go out. Sometimes they go out just based on the heat index. Sometimes they go out because our local medical, they call it IMSA, goes out several times and puts out a warning for people because they've made several visits for people that's overcome by the heat. It happens. That's it right there. I think I may practice right there. Doing across the grain right there. See if I can catch that. If you're new to straight razor or shavette shaving, as far as that goes, doesn't hurt to have your favorite shaver on hand. And those passes where it's tough for you to do when you're first starting out, to use it for the pickups, if you will. I have long since, I cannot remember where it is at on Sharpologist's website. I know somewhere a long time ago I got this, and it mentions that when you're starting out with a straight razor or a shavette or something along those lines, that you start out very slow, and the suggestion was just to do this part, just your upper cheek. That's all you do for a week. Then the following week you do the other side for a week. Something along those lines. In other words, just ease into it. I don't think you're going to learn this overnight. It takes a while. Especially if you're doing this as a daily shaver, doing it before you go to work. It takes a moment. Your shaves it will take longer, but eventually you'll pick up speed and get used to it. The muscle memory will pick up in your hands. You'll be kind of surprised. It'll come. You just got to be patient and diligent. I was pretty determined when I picked up my shavette. Anthony Esposito, for instance, he makes it look really easy. So do some others that have shaved with a straight razor. You watch Kai, his very first video, I watched it and I was like, oh my goodness. He shaves rather well. I usually pick up something from a little bit of everybody. Even if sometimes a small detail. Eric is another one. I was trying not to forget Eric. Adventures in West Shaving. He's got a YouTube channel, and that's one I enjoy watching too, from time to time. It's just it's the little things for me sometimes, that just little adjustments here or there make improvements. Improvements, adjustments, try something new or different. Yeah, that against the grain stroke, just like with the shavette, usually doesn't leave a whole lot. I just got a few little patches where their hair grows in odd ways. I've got one right here that grows in a curlicue, so right in this area sometimes you have to shave in all kinds of different angles if you're trying to get it really smooth. For me, most of the time, I don't worry too much about it. It's one of those things that I notice, but nobody else notices it. In other words, when you're out in public, and my daughter, for instance, she gives me a hard time from time to time. She'll come over and feel my face, and hope you missed a spot here, and gives me a hard time, but you don't see it though. I just know that it's there. And of course she does this at the end of the day. She does this right about the time that I'm giving her a hard time about cleaning up her room. So if I'm giving her a hard time, she's got to give me a hard time. the things I forgot to mention, now that I heard my wife cough, she is getting better. But with all the complications and things that's taken place, she used to smoke and she stopped just right before the surgery. And so far she still hasn't smoked a cigarette. So a good thing has happened from the surgeries. Yep, that's going to be pretty smooth right there. Tell you what, Frank does a great job putting these edges on my straight razors for me. Frank at Strike Gold Shave, I should say. I have yet to, and I've been very tempted, I'm pretty sure there's going to be a day coming that I'm going to get a shaver from Anthony. I think it'd just be cool to get a gold $1.66. If you watched any of his videos or watched them long enough, I should say, there's a quite a story behind a gold $1.66. Most enjoyable videos. And yes, I learned from, you know, the shaving and watching him, and you know, and you can kind of tell when he knows he's got a good stroke going, because your face you just feel it. It's nice and smooth. You know, you hit it right on the spot. But there's much more story about the gold $1.66, and it's just really funny. He's quite a character. I don't feel, I've been kind of waiting. Didn't think I got any bad spots, no cuts, nicks, weepers. Like I say, sometimes it's not until after the shave, done shut off the video and cleaning up and look up and, what's that? Still got that one spot right there that's stinging just a little bit. But for me, I don't try to go for a BBS, and definitely not with a straight razor. I'm not, how can you say, don't feel like I've got enough experience just yet. I think I just shedded one of my bristles there. To even try for a BBS. Guess you might say just smooth, comfortable shave. That's what I work for. Works great for me. Yeah, I've had those years early on with the weepers and whatnot. Not fun, not comfortable. Because, you know, it usually happens during the summer. You're going out, you're sweating, the stinging in the face, and it's just, yeah, no. There's witch hazel with hallow. Wouldn't be a bit surprised if we don't make another trip to Marshall's, because there wasn't a whole lot of lilac witch hazel for my wife to use. So I'm pretty sure she's going to want some more. Told her, I said, it's not an easy one to find in the stores around here. Marshall's about the only place. On a rare occasion you might find some at Ross. Not very often. Marshall's usually the place we end up having to go to get it. Also, don't think I mentioned it last time. This is the beard oil I'm using right now. This is comes in a 1 ounce bottle. It's clear, and it's a little on the thick side, so it helps control any wildness you might have going on. It definitely helps with that. But anyhow, this is what I'm using now that I emptied out my 2 ounce Phoenix Artisan Accoutrements beard oil. I'd have to say this company, I think it's called Dana. I have English leather, British sterling. Both of them are aftershaves, and I also got a couple of them like private stock, and I think it's the other one's preferred stock or something like that, in spray containers. Very kind people. They saw my post on Twitter and sent me a couple of bottles. Thought that was really nice. Wife was giving me a hard time. You're not actually going to wear that, are you? She's always picking on me about my scents, my aftershaves. Gives me a hard time. Now you know where my daughter gets it. So yep, I'm wearing it. Good shave. Look at that. Great for a Saturday. Don't forget, visit Kai's YouTube channel. Can't pass up a chance of winning some soap. Visit Wild West Shaving so you can tell Kai what sent you what. Hope everybody's doing well. Stay safe and smooth shaves to you.